What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right. I'm not going to be on here too long. I'm not going to be here too long, maybe about 10 minutes or so. But I got so many videos I'm trying to upload this evening, man. I got to do some of them on the laptop and some of them using the live stream, man. But I just want to talk about what's going on in the Pacific Northwest right now. They're having a historic, unprecedented heat wave. Something that area has really never seen in recent memory, man. 121 degrees. I can't remember the name of the town or the city, but it's a city in Canada that reached 121 degrees today. You never see that in Canada. Maybe 90 degrees. You know what I'm saying? I think Seattle hit 108. I think it was Monday or something, or yesterday. 112 and 115. People in that area, they're not accustomed to seeing that type of weather. Maybe in Arizona and Southern California, in the deep South, people are accustomed to having deep heat, but not up there, you know what I'm saying? So you're having people that's up there, like, especially people who are sick, people who are elderly. Some people have died. It's affecting their infrastructure. It's affecting their economy. You said, did I go to Hampton University? No, I didn't go to Hampton University. Hey, what's up, man? I didn't see you in a long time, man. But no, I didn't go to Hampton University. Um, but there's a lot of people that's up in the Pacific Northwest who is really struggling. And the reason I'm making this video, man, is because not to just bring awareness to that, but you got a lot of people up here, man, in this country who are very spiteful, man. And they have so much hatred in their heart that they're wishing, they're basically wishing that people die up there. And it all branches from politics. Because that region is considered liberal, because that's like a blue area, you got people who I guess are Trump supporters, people on the right who are saying they're getting what they deserve. It's hell. These people don't. They're saying like these people don't live godly, and now they're getting their just desserts, and then with a bunch of protesters deserving what they get anyway. Burn Antifa, burn. Black Lives Matter protesters getting what they deserve, and all this dumb shit. Man, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? What's up, Legendary? It's just short for Pacific Northwest. What's up, JMJ? Yeah, Legendary. If you came in late, they're having in the Pacific Northwest, like southern, I think, what is that? Southwestern regions of Canada, Washington, Oregon, I think parts of California. They're having like a 1 in 1,000 year heat wave. And I think it's starting to slowly go inland and inward. But like some of the shit that's going on up there, it's like crazy. Like they're having temperatures up there like at 110, 115, 120 degrees. They never have that up there, not even in the summer. Like up there in Seattle, Washington, 90 degrees is a heat wave. To be 110, 115, they're not used to that. They're people that live in that region, their bodies are not used to that type of temperature. So you're having a lot of people who are suffering up there physically, a lot of people who have been hospitalized, a lot of people who've actually died. But you got a lot of people up there, a lot of people in this country, man, who are cheering what's going on up there because they're at war with half the country. They see it as if those people are getting what they deserve. Like it's God's retribution for them, supporting Biden or being Democrats or voting against Trump. Just stupid shit, man. Just dumb shit. Saying like, that what they get for supporting Antifa or supporting Black Lives Matter, and that's what they get for, all that dumb shit, man. What's up, T Price? You said I live in the Pacific Northwest. It's very bad here, but a lot of good here in Oregon. What you mean, like as far as people? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's all right. But how's the weather where you at? What's up, Dijon 100? Yeah, where I'm at, it's in the upper 90s in VA. It's upper 90s and it's hot out there, but I can't imagine being in 120 degrees. The hottest temperature I ever been in was 106. And I remember literally moving in slow motion. Like I couldn't, it was so warm, it was so hot outside that it was like it was almost like I was a battery and I was being like drained of my power and shit. Like I couldn't, like, it was just so fucking, it's like a suffocating oven type feeling. So I can only imagine what it feels like to be under the sun, no shade, 120 degrees. What's up, Ace Santana? Vegas and 120? God damn. I can't deal with that shit, bro. I could not deal with that type of heat. And the thing about it, at least the only thing I say about in Vegas, they're kind of used to that shit though. Like what I'm saying is they would have the accommodations to combat that because they're used to that. Up in Washington State, Oregon, they're in Canada, they're not used to that type of weather. So they don't even have like they don't have the air conditioning and in place and the central air. They're not used to all of that shit in certain businesses. So they're struggling. People are literally, they're not equipped to deal with that type of heat. They've never had it. Just like where I'm at, if we had a snowstorm 2 feet, it'll cripple the city. They're not used to that shit here. They're used to that in New York. They're used to that in Canada. They're used to that in New England, but not here. So they're struggling up there. But the thing that get me is people that are actually celebrating that shit's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cool on either side because when they get hurricanes down there in Florida and Texas, nobody should be saying, oh, they're getting what they deserve because they vote a certain way. That's just dumb. That's just stupid as shit, man. Hey, LeBron is blue. What's up? Yeah, they've been talking about it in the media. I mean, they've been talking about it on the news, you know what I'm saying? It's been going on for the last several days now, I believe. But oh, no doubt LeBron is GOAT. Uh well, I put it to you like this. It's the best evidence that we've had that climate change is real. And the scientists have been warning for about 2 decades that this would be the consequence of us not taking the precautions necessary to try to at least alleviate the problem or uh, try to lessen the effects of it, but we're still doing the same shit. Now, how much of it is man-made and how much of it is cyclical? That's the big question. How much of this shit, how much of it is it because of us, and how much of it is us putting carbon dioxide and all these toxins in the atmosphere, or how much of it is just natural climate variation? I'm inclined to think at this point, a little bit of it is variation, but a lot of it is us. Like, if you take a picture, like, have you ever seen these pictures of how planet Earth looked 50 years ago from space? And you look at it now, and the Earth just looks dirty. Like, the Earth looked crisp and clean in a lot of these photos from the 70s. And but you look at the picture now, it's like the Earth looks dirty, like it needs to be clean and put in a washing machine or some shit. You can't help but think that has some effect on the weather. Mm. Yeah, it's hot all over. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, Billy. You say you got family out there dealing with that shit right now. Yeah, man. I really, I don't know, man. I'm just a person that has humanity, man. I think about people. You know what I'm saying? I've been in different type of weather atrocities, tornadoes and hurricanes and shit, man. And that shit, that shit's, people don't give a fuck about that shit no more. You can have a hurricane hit an area, and they'd be like, Hurricane Opal is devastating Florida. But first, let's talk more about let's talk more about Paris Hilton and her new album coming out. The fuck? Breaking news: a EF5 tornado has just struck. Who gives a fuck, Iowa? But first, our interview with Cardi B. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's like it's going to be another active hurricane season. I think it's already been like four named storms, five. And we're just hitting July. I remember back in 1992, the first storm we had, even though it was a F5, a Category 5 storm, the first storm of the season was Andrew, and that was like in the end of August. Now you're starting to have storms, forming in April. Like, this isn't normal. Don't get me wrong. You have years where shit is more active and this and that, but nah, this shit's not normal, bro. It's not normal. In some years, we don't even have a winter anymore. Some years, it's like fucking Vietnam in the summer. It rains every fucking day. It's just, this weather's not normal. Nobody can convince me that this shit is normal, man. It's not. Do you think capitalism is destroying the world? uh, the system of capitalism or the people practicing capitalism and corrupting it? Hey, there's an argument for that. People always want to talk about, communism, whatever, and how evil it is, but exactly how many countries really practice that shit now? How many countries really practice communism? Even China, even though it's a communist regime that rules the country, their economy is capitalist. So, you know what I'm saying? That's that. Hey, there's legitimacy in what you're saying. Well, I mean that's the thing too. LeBron is gloat. It's like basically each generation just passing off the troubles to the next generation. Fuck it. Well, we don't have to deal with it. We'll let our kids deal with it. Now my generation, like, well, we're gonna let our kids deal with it. That's not responsible leadership. But I don't want to get too far away from the point of this video though. I really am thinking about the people right now suffering during this shit, man. You know, I remember it was a couple of years ago. Remember they had that killer heat wave in the Midwest, and a lot of people died. I think it was like in Chicago, Iowa, might have been in Indiana. I remember in that region, it was this terrible heat wave. And it's like so many days in a row it was 100 degrees and people died. They were finding old people dead in apartments. People who weren't healthy they were finding them dead for days. It was just disgusting, man. It was a terrible thing though, man. It was in 1995. Okay. I remember it was like a historic heat wave they had in the Midwest. She said, I don't think I'm having any kids. Your grandparents had lived with y'all. Yeah, that's what I think about in these situations, man. I think about older people, young children. I think about the homeless, because they're exposed to that shit. They don't have any shelter. They can't, for the most part, homeless people can't go to a air conditioned home or air conditioned area or central air. They're out there in the elements. Can you imagine what was the true death toll from Hurricane Katrina? Because that 1,300, 1,200 tally is bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. Because they don't count homeless people, and there are a lot of people who I think are still declared missing that aren't on the official death tally. I think it was thousands of people were killed, under during Hurricane Katrina. But it's terrible, man. Hey, so you're in South Dakota? I like to visit out there in South Dakota one day, man. Cause I be jealous of you. I like snow and shit, right? And I be getting so fucking jealous when I love snow. I'm a weird nigga, man. I love snow and shit. And snow and cold. But where I'm at, man, it don't really snow. Like, I mean, we get snow, but if you live in central VA, you know what I'm talking about. Like you get like eh, 3, 4 inches of snow and shit. Once in a while, you might get a storm with 5 inches of snow. A lot of 1 to 2 inch storms. If I look at South Dakota, man, they'd be like, oh, we're going to have a hefty snowfall here. 12 to 18 inches of snow with this storm. And then tomorrow, another 10 inches of snow. So you guys are going to get a lot of snow up there. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I love the snow. I do. I told you I'm a weird nigga, man. I love snow. Oh, LeBron is gloat. When you're saying the ocean is getting closer and closer, are you talking about beach erosion from storms and shit? That's something that really does happen with hurricanes and all that. They erode, slowly eroding the beach and shit, and like you said, the ocean's getting closer and closer. Mike and his voices. I used to do a lot of different voice. I used to do that shit more on my channel years ago with the impressions and shit. I don't do them as much as I used to. Bill Cosby in his first interview. What would you like to say to the people, Mr. Cosby? Well, the first thing I want to say is to everybody who supported me and knew that I was innocent. You rock. But to those who were cheered and wanted me to rot in jail, wanted to see me putting Pop's Milk in prison, you all can kiss my old ass. Fobble, fooble, sobble, zeeble, dobble. Blah. I gotta work on my Bill Cosby. I ain't doing it in a while. He should start a Patreon. He should start a YouTube channel. That's what Bill Cosby should do. To Brokaw. Just in some devastating news coming out of for all races out there. There's some devastating news coming out of Philadelphia. As sex offender Bill Cosby has been released into the I don't even stop, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I love Bill. I always love Brocon shit, man. Like we used to come on this. Let's go like NBC News with Tom Brokaw. Here's Tom Brokaw. Thank you. President Clinton today issued a statement saying that he and Monica Lewinsky never engaged in sexual acts. The, the president, flanked by his Democratic Party and leaders Tom Daschle and Vice President Dan Quayle. Wait a minute. Did I say Dan Quayle? Vice President Al Gore spoke at the Rose Garden. Here's the president. I want the American people to know that I did not have sexual relations with that woman. It's a fucking lie. Mr. President, you're lying. They don't care. Look at my approval ratings. I can do whatever I want. But anyway, I'm lying. They don't give a damn. But anyway, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did eat her pussy, though, and stick my cigar in her. But I did not have sexual relations. Nah, well, I mean, I don't know. Like Clinton, I think, I don't know. I really don't know what Clinton did, man. I suspect that he did a lot of little shit when he was president, but he just got caught with the Monica shit. Because, I mean, Bill Clinton was a sex predator. Let's be honest. Now, that was a sex predator, you know, but it's funny how they don't go after him and Trump and, you know, other people like going after Bill Cosby. I mean, come on, man. Bill Cosby, it's just stupid to me, man. Like Bill Cosby doesn't strike me. Bill Cosby strikes me the type of person who, he's not exactly fucking, uh, Sidney Poitier or whatever when it comes to looks. So yeah, I'm pretty sure when he had fame and fortune, yeah, he probably did dabble. Now, but I mean, his biggest crime is that he committed adultery. But if Camille didn't have a problem with it and she forgave him, why does anybody else give a fuck? You got Arnold Schwarzenegger fucking his maid. I mean, where's the outrage with that? Oh, but they forgive him though. What Bill fucked up though was when he dropped that load on her dress. He knows better than that. Oh, 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 Monica, I gotta tell you, the way your hips look tonight, I love that you gained that extra 10 pounds. Oh, I love curves. Oh, I'm stroking my knob. That's the knob of the commander in chief. This is a presidential knob, and I'm polishing it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I don't think I can hold back this emission. Oh, oh, there's a presidential discharge coming. Oh, splat. I'm gonna need you to to get rid of all the evidence there. Make sure you wash it twice. My cum stains pretty badly. She ain't watched that shit. She let that shit dry in and that was her badge of honor. The presidential pud pudding. Oh god. Could you imagine? You ever? I don't know. I got a sick imagination, man. You ever like kind of like try to picture the presidents like fucking their first ladies and shit, like fucking them and shit? I'll tell you something, Pat. A lot of people don't know. Old Dick Nixon has a lot of fire left. Pat, I tell you, when Brezhnev leaves after this summit, I'm gonna pound that ass. I'm gonna sock it to you. Oh God. Well, Ace, remember, it's a guy out there right now, Ace, that claims to be Bill Clinton's son. He's biracial. He looks just like Bill Clinton. I mean, if you take a picture of Bill Clinton when he was like 25 or 30, and you look at his son or the guy that says he's his son, he looks just like Bill Clinton, except for he's darker colored because his apparently Bill Clinton impregnated a black prostitute, but the family won't acknowledge him. The media rarely talks about it. I think maybe it was somebody like Donahue or somebody touched on it. That's it. But I think he does have a black son. NFL videos. The only problem, I mean, I could talk about the NFL. Only problem is I'm not as passionate about the NFL, but I do know a little bit about some of the older players. Like if you're talking about like OJ or I don't know if you want to talk about OJ, but Walter Payton, Gale Sayers, Jim Brown, um, Joe Montana. I kind of got a little knowledge of players from the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s. Well, I guess that's a lot then, shouldn't it? Maybe I should talk about the NFL. I mean, you know, I'm more into the NBA, but yeah, I probably could talk about the NFL, especially when the NFL season pops up. Like when it's NFL season, September through January, February. Yeah, I could do that. Hey, speaking of Barbara Walters, did y'all know that she liked black men? Um, I don't know if y'all remember this, but I think it was back in 1990. It was 1994 when she was on 2020. She did an exclusive interview with Louis Farrakhan, and Farrakhan said that he don't believe in mixing and shit, but he said that Barbara Walters was all over him, like trying to seduce him and shit. And Barbara Walters also supposedly, uh, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be saying all this shit on, but fuck it, fuck it. But Barbara Walters fucked Richard Pryor, and that's the main reason why he did an interview with her back in the '70s. And yeah, she loves black men, you know. And when she was younger, yeah, she was down for the swirl. Yeah. 17 games. See, I'm not a fan of the 17 game season, man, because aren't you like when they're doing that, aren't they just increasing the odds of more injuries in the NFL? And like when you think about it, you already have this evidence. Now, look, I do like the fact that they've tried to make the game safer. Now, when it comes to NFL, I understand why they made a lot of changes to try to cut down on like the long term ill effects of playing football. But now you're adding another game. Why add another game? They already played 16 games. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff I read about Barbara Walters, man. I read, yeah. Hey, did y'all know that Richard Pryor also had sex with Dolly Parton? Yeah, I just don't. I just think like Celtics Nation saying there's more wear and tear on these guys, man. That's an extra. I know people saying it's just one game, but you know, look what's going on right now in the playoffs. As far as all these guys getting injured and shit. You know, now on the one hand, I don't think guys should be whining and complaining when you got people in this country who are really suffering, and they ain't trying to hear a whole bunch of multimillionaires complaining about shit. You know, but I think it is a factor that they've had in this short turnaround. Now, you're getting rid of a preseason game to accommodate the 17 game schedule. So all I'm saying is, I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if earlier in the season there are more injuries than we've seen in recent years, because now these guys are playing for real football earlier. Well, she might have been married for 40 years, but we got to remember Richard Pryor became a star 50 years ago. So, you know, it is what it is with that, right? But I think I'm gonna end this right now because I just want to talk about the shit that's going on in the Pacific Northwest. Nice talking to you guys again. My second live stream today, and oh man, what before I go, you said injuries, man. How are these athletes better than past athletes? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Supposedly, the athletes of the past were just a bunch of, we listen to Nick Wright, a bunch of cigarette smoking, pot bellied, you know, uh, you know, Barneys from The Simpsons and shit. Oh, hey, Homer. You know, I mean, come on, man. But all right, I'll see y'all in a little bit, man. Peace out.